Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. In a sentencing hearing Wednesday in 8th Judicial District Court, Mitchell Wayne Petrie, age 39, who had pled guilty to intoxication manslaughter and indictment enhanced in the use of a deadly weapon, a vehicle, was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Petrie has a history of DWI for the past 10 years. He also has a history of driving without a license, with an invalid license. Assistant District Attorney Clay Harrison said the defendant has never taken responsibility for his actions. On August 15, 2017, Petrie pulled into the path of a dump truck on State Highway 19 North at Birthright, resulting in the death of his wife. Petrie, who also sustained significant injuries in the accident, was taken to Medical City Hospital Plano for treatment, where his blood alcohol level was found to be .29, almost 3 times the legal limit. Judge Eddie Northcutt opened his sentencing statement by saying, "This is a sad, sad case, with many victims whose names were not involved in the case against Petrie itself." He noted the victim's family affected, the injured driver of the dump truck, Petrie's daughter, and Petrie's mother. He also said that he had heard the testimony and read letters written on behalf of Petrie stating that he did not intend to harm his wife. However, noting the indictment, the judge stated that the indictment, along with the multiple arrests for intoxication, factored into his decision regarding the punishment. The punishment range was 2 years with probation to 20 years and up to a $10,000 fine. No fine was placed on Petrie due to his indigent status. Noting Petrie had said he had not pled guilty to intoxicated manslaughter during testimony, the judge reviewed the paperwork from the time of the plea and noted in bold print and capital letters the term intoxicated manslaughter had been clearly noted and that Petrie had agreed to the charge at the time. In a news release Wednesday, Justin Davidson, candidate for Place 1 in the Sulphur Springs City Council, has announced he will not attend the Chamber of Commerce-sponsored debate. In his announcement, he stated that he is appreciative of the invitation, but respectfully declines. He does not feel the debate will be neutral ground for some of the candidates. He said he did not feel that the candidates will be and were represented unbiasedly, his word, throughout the question selection process. Although Davidson says other candidates agree, it appears, quote, "I stand alone as yet again, other candidates were or are easily influenced in changing their position," unquote. He states he does not feel that being part of a debate where members of the panel released by the Chamber of Commerce openly endorse other candidates or incumbents through yard signs and or social media representing equal representation of his base support. Davidson reminds voters that early voting begins April 23rd. The election day is May 5th. Hopkins County Chamber of Commerce will host a City Council candidate forum at the Sulphur Springs Middle School on Thursday, April 19th at 6 p.m. Questions from the public are encouraged and must be submitted in advance to the Chamber of Commerce by email, fax, or mail. Questions must be received by Monday, April 16th. Submitted questions will be reviewed and approved by a committee appointed for that purpose. No questions will be accepted from the floor during the debate. Contact the Chamber of Commerce with any questions that you may have. The Sulphur Springs Police Canine Association is performing canine training and field trials in Sulphur Springs this week. Thursday, on a windy soccer field in Coleman Park, Buddy Williams with the Sulphur Springs Police Department told Channel 18 videographer Doug Haston about the event.
How many dogs we got now?
For the police department, we have one. The sheriff's office, they have one, but they have another guy that is in handler school with their second dog right now. The dog they have now is just a strictly narcotics dog, but the one that they're getting is a full patrol dog.
Okay.
And what we have going on here is the United States Police Canine Association certification and trials. We have dogs come in from all over Metroplex and all. Through the detector work this year, we had 17 dogs, I think, that went through. And then through the patrol phase, we have, I think, 12. And the patrol phase, it consists of tracking, article search, and what that is like if you had a burglary suspect that ran on foot and dropped a burglary tool, that dog can go out there and find that tool. So we call it an article search. What we're doing here today is we started out with the agility course, and that's just to show the condition of the dog. And most all this stuff is about control. It's being able to show the control that you have over the animal. What we're doing right now is a man search, and we use these boxes. Somebody will hide in a box, and the handler doesn't know ahead of time which box he's in, and the dog has to go out there and indicate to the box that the guy's in. And that kind of, it's like if we had a situation, a barricaded suspect or, you know, burglary suspect in a building or something that's in there hiding, we can send the dog in, and the dog can go in there, and like if he's hiding in a closet or a room or something, the dog can go and smell him out and indicate to him and let us know, say he's in this room. So, and then after this, we're going to go straight into the bite work. And on the bite work is testing the dog on his ability to hold and the ability for the handler to be able to call him off the bite by voice. And again, it's just all about control. So, and you have to accumulate so many points through this to be able to receive your certification. It's annual. We have to do it once a year. There's some of the guys go other places and get other certifications too. You don't really have to have them, but you know, it's just one of those things. You just want to strive to be the best that you can. You know, show that your dog is a good dog. And of course, most of these handlers, this is their life. They eat this up. You know, so it gets in your blood. So much so, this is my 5th dog. I just can't seem to get away from it.
You are invited to be entertained this Saturday evening. In fact, Let Us Entertain You is the theme of the Quitman First United Methodist Church Choir public presentation, which is also a fundraiser and a dessert evening starting at 6:30. Now, this choir has been invited to sing at Carnegie Hall this fall. You'll find out how you can help them make that trip while you're being entertained. Now, co-directors are Vicki Smolek, who couldn't join us this morning, along with Lefa Luttrell, and choir member Mary Meyer.
And we received a wonderful invitation to go and sing at Carnegie Hall in New York for a premiere edition of Joseph Martin's cantata entitled The Winter Rose. And this came about from our Christmas program that we sang one of his cantatas in December, and Sam Scroggins, our technical guy at church, posted it on YouTube. And looking to find choirs across the United States, Joseph Martin's staff found this video on YouTube, and they used that as our audition tape and listened to it and then contacted us and to see if we are interested. And so we're so excited. We have 20 singers signed up to go, and we will begin rehearsing that in the summer months because we need to be prepared, you know, ahead of time before we get there.
And there's fundraising with this, which we want to tell you about. But Mary, how many small towns in Texas or the whole United States might have posted something and you guys got noticed by Joseph Martin?
I know, it's remarkable. You know, you can go on YouTube and you find choirs all over that have cantatas written or sung by, you know, that he composed,
Yes.
that they're singing. And for us to be chosen, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, Lefa, I know you from Northeast Texas Choral Society.
Yes.
Also, another place that you sing, and Mary as well. Mm-hmm. And so we, I think, perform Joseph Martin compositions before.
We have, yes. He has written just amazing music. He's done cantatas. He's also done individual pieces. You know, he's just so gifted and talented. And actually, I'll be going to a conference in July at Baylor University where he will be attending. So I'll get to meet him in July before performing or actually singing under his direction in November. So I'm excited about that.
Your 20 or so members
Yes.
from First United Methodist Church Quitman will be part of a larger choir.
Right. It's a 200-voice choir with a full orchestra and professional guest soloists will be singing the solos. So it's a major venue in Carnegie Hall at the Isaac Stern Auditorium, which is the larger of the 3 auditoriums there.
Well, I don't know a lot about Carnegie Hall, and the one time I went to New York, I did not get to go there. So even though we need to talk about your fundraising, please fill us in a little bit more about this marvelous place.
Okay. Well, it opened in 1891, and it came about after the Civil War. It just seemed there was a hunger for music, and people needed to be uplifted after going through such a traumatic time. And it just grew into this tremendous venue. They've got 3 music halls of various sizes, and it's just the place to sing. You know, a lot of famous people have sung there. Fanny Crosby, Frank Sinatra, goodness, just so many famous people have sung there. And really to get an invitation is quite an honor, you know.
Very, very exciting trip planned. And so, therefore, money needs to be raised.
Right.
And you have an event Saturday?
We do. We have an exciting event coming up Saturday, and it's entitled Let Us Entertain You. Okay. And we are going to be serving desserts and coffee and tea, get you on a nice sugar high. And we have several people lined up. A lot of people in the Sulphur Springs area are familiar with Carol Allen, and she has graciously donated her time and her voice to come and sing Summertime from Porgy and Bess. Rebecca Wimp is going to be singing a couple of songs for us, and she is a member of our choir. She is going to sing Far From the Home I Love from Fiddler on the Roof. And we also have some other guest soloists from Northeast Texas Choral Society. Sidney Hawkins, Carson McElwain, and Tristan Pullen are going to be doing Phantom of the Opera.
Oh,
and Carol Allen and Vicki Smolik are singing an aria from The Marriage of Figaro. We have a little bit of My Fair Lady we're going to be doing for you. So it's just a nice variety. And a lot of people might know Roy Fabian. Yes. He was in radio for a long, long time. He's going to be our MC.
Oh, great.
He is such a sweetheart. And we had a rehearsal last Saturday. It went so well, and he's just thrilled to be a part of it. So we love Roy.
Well, if you want to go and take advantage of all this wonderful music and culture, I've not heard some of those selections that you just named off. Performed by people that really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Attend this on Saturday. Mary, where is it and when is it?
It's at Joy Hall at the First United Methodist Church in Quitman, and it's 406 East Lane Street.
Lane Street, okay.
Yeah.
Quitman.
About 6:30?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And I want to just throw a big thank you out there to Ken Hanushek. He's our pianist for the evening. And I also want to let everyone know that we do have a GoFundMe page. So you can do a search on GoFundMe for Quitman Texas Choir, help me go sing at Carnegie Hall, and people can donate that way. They can also call the church. They can also call me if they need a little help finding the church or getting to the GoFundMe page. And my phone number is 903-366-1506.
Okay, and again, the church, First United Methodist Church in Quitman.
Right.
Could they mail something to the address of 406 East Lane?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You can mail, we can take credit cards, you can do the GoFundMe.
Okay.
You can come Saturday and have a piece of pie or cake and coffee.
Okay. Well, they are entertaining
Let us entertain you.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
It brings beautiful images to mind of the movie and all. Well, the chancel choir members of First United Methodist Church also do, of course, many things through the year, including handbells, did you mention?
Yes. Well, the handbell choir is a separate choir from the chancel choir.
Okay.
But they do, performances mostly during our services.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as director, how long have you been director, Lefa?
I came to the church in September of last year.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're just wonderful folks. They're so loving and encouraging, and I'm enjoying it so very much.
I remember your pieces that you've gotten to sing for choral society. Sometimes you are a featured soloist.
Sometimes
but you
I
are
am.
soprano.
Yes, I am soprano, and I'm actually the soloist for the My Fair Lady. So we'll be singing that, and
She's going to be Eliza Doolittle
Yes.
again.
yeah. So we've been working on that, and so I'm going to sing. Probably a lot of people know the song about the one that says "Loverly." You know, all I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air. Warm hands, warm feet, warm chair. Wouldn't it be lovely? Little scratchy this early in the morning, but there's a little taste of what you'll get Saturday night.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm very excited. You've got this event on Saturday night. You've got something else in June.
Right. We're having a big fish fry in June, and we've got one of our choir members' husband who has just been suffering out on Lake Fork and various other bodies of water to catch enough fish for us.
He just hates fish.
He does. It's a sacrifice for him, but we appreciate Tommy Dear for doing that. He's such a sweetheart. He
Dear
is.
Tommy.
Dear Tommy, yes.
And so if you wish to help them, sort of support them in their efforts to get to Carnegie Hall,
Yeah.
why then between now and into the summer, donations are definitely welcome and needed. If you can't make it on Saturday and drop something in probably the basket there or something, then you have still opportunity. The 200 Boys Choir, I wonder where other members will come from.
I don't know. I was researching it when we first got the offer, and I came across a lady who is a director of a choir in Cedar Park, which is North Austin area. And I called and spoke with her, and they had the opportunity to go to Carnegie Hall on a similar type venue last year, and she just could not say enough good things about it. Their choir had a great time. In fact, there are two of them that have asked to come and sing in this venue in November because they just loved it so much they want to go back. But, you know, not everyone can fit that in their schedule. But
Certainly.
yeah, but there are people from all over. I know there's a choir from California, the San Diego area, I believe, coming from out there to join us in November. So there's no telling who we'll get to meet, you know. And we'll have 2 half-day rehearsals. We'll fly out the day after Thanksgiving on Friday. We'll be there for a half-day rehearsal on Saturday, a half-day on Sunday, a dress performance on Monday, and then the performance that Monday evening. And then afterwards, there's a VIP dinner for all of the singers and guests who have been invited to come and go to a dinner afterwards and celebrate. So really a great opportunity to make friends from across the nation and perhaps even across the world. I don't really know who all has been invited and where they're coming from, but I know it's a large cross-section of folks.
There'll be a backstage invitation to go see what's going on behind the curtain.
Yeah, we'll get to tour Carnegie Hall and learn about the history, more history of it, and see things and learn who all's performed there and all that good stuff.
It is an opportunity for us too, as you mentioned, Mary, the opportunity of a lifetime to get to go, and opportunity for us to help support someone else that gets to go and make a mark here. You mentioned the it's called The Winter Rose.
The Winter Rose is the name of the Christmas cantata. Yeah, and so it's beautiful music, and we're going to start working on that in July, and just work individually and have maybe a choir rehearsal once a month until about September, and then we'll really get in with it, because once we get back from New York, then we will be performing it for our congregation and the people of this area. So, and I don't know, but there might be an opportunity to sing it more than once. You know, it just depends how busy people are, and if we can do that, I think it would be great. But I do just want to remind people we do have the GoFundMe site, and if that's, you know, so many people just find it so much convenience to donate online. So
And they would go to that and ask for
the Quitman, Texas Choir, Take Me to Carnegie Hall.
And we better look at that video too, that YouTube thing that caught Joseph Martin's attention.
Right, yeah. Who would have thought that would have happened?
And it was just our final ending song that was a joint song between the choir and the congregation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't.
From that, we were given this wonderful invitation.
Well, I don't know a lot about Joseph Martin, but I think he must be a person not of just talent but heart.
Right.
And
Yes.
He's more of a local Texan. He's from the Austin area.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for this great opportunity, Enola. We really, really appreciate it.
We will see you on Saturday night in
Great.
Quitman.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
Wildcats athletic director and head football coach Greg Owens says Wildcat Lawns is back in business. The student-athlete lawn service began several years ago to help athletes defray the cost of a trip to Orlando, Florida. Now, the student-athletes are needing financial assistance to pay for this summer's edge conditioning program that has partnered with Michael Johnson Performance. The Edge will cost $200 per athlete this summer. Coach Owens says Michael Johnson Performance is an elite organization that trains world-class athletes in strength, speed, and agility, and they are now offering their services to schools. Coach Owens says the athletes will receive a $1,000 training value for $200. Coach Owens says Wildcat Lawns is offering basic lawn service such as mowing, weed eating, and flower bed work. He says the cost of the service is negotiable, adding he's hoping for fair payment. Services will be provided after school hours or on weekends. Those interested can contact Coach Owens at the high school at 903-885-2158, extension 2270, or by email at gowens@ssisd.net. For the third straight spring, the Wildcats football team will be having spring football practice. It is scheduled to get underway on Monday, April 30th, and it will run Monday through Friday. The spring game, which marks the end of spring football practice, is tentatively scheduled for Friday, May 18th. Wildcats football coach Greg Owens said he's still working to finalize that spring football schedule. By having spring football, the Wildcats will lose a week of practice in August as well as one scrimmage game. The Wildcats will now have one football scrimmage instead of two in the fall. Over the past 2 years, Coach Owens and his coaching staff have been pleased with players' August retention levels of things that were taught in the spring.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
Suspect, come out, march!